It's time for Wisconsin race fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, and thanks for joining us for our 42nd consecutive season. We are your destination for news and interviews from the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, NASCAR, and more. With the support of our great sponsors, the Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. And tune in every Saturday morning at 11:30 to CW18 Milwaukee to catch Milwaukee's only motorsports show. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, welcome. Thanks for joining us here on this beautiful Tuesday evening. We're hanging out with you at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. It's Tuesday night, July 21st, our 42nd season. We have a lot to cover on the show, so thanks for being part of it. You still have time to come down and join the racing crowd. We're at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield, where the Brewer shuttles are in force. Concert shuttles, you name it, Polly's has it going on. Seek them out on Facebook to find out their schedule, pollyspubsandeatery.com, or go to their website, pollyspubsandeatery.com. Here we go. We get to hang out with Steve Anderson first off. He's with Anderson Pure Maple Syrup Racing. He's sponsoring Bill Baylog. He's sponsored up to NASCAR, O'Reilly Series Racing. We're going to talk to Steve about all he has going on this summer. He's been a great supporter of our show as well for many years. We're also going to have father and son dirt racers Rusty and Axel Loof. They're here tonight talking about their racing at the 8th mile at Dodge County Fairgrounds and Rusty's adventures with the Midwest Legends Dirt Series. Bill Holland goes in the groove, sponsored by Johnson & Sons Paving with exclusive coverage of Wisconsin short track racing. Looking forward to that. We also have American Super Cups racers here in force tonight. The Hurrell Racing teammates, Lindsay and Colton, are here along with their dad, Mike, who raced against them for the first time ever at Slinger Super Speedway this past Sunday in the Small Car Nationals. We also have a chance to see Preston Rue's race car sitting right out front, along with those two beautiful American Super Cup cars. We got Preston Rue's sprint car here. Preston's here with a bunch of folks, so come on down and join us. I can talk to Preston about his racing adventures with a wing, without a wing, two different teams. He's got it going on. We're talking to Preston Rue on the program as well, so come on down and join us and have a great time talking bench racing with a bunch of racers already here. We got room for you. We have giveaways after the show, too, including tickets to this coming Saturday's Dells Raceway Park Racing. It's going to be a lot of fun at Dells. There's a lot going on as far as double features for CWRA. There is a Mid-Am racing race. There's 28 or 29 cars ready in the entry list for this coming Saturday for Dells Raceway Park. We'll have details on that throughout the show as well. You can visit their website, dellsracewaypark.com. It's Taco Tuesday night here at Polly's, and plus we'll have race tickets among the prizes after the show for our live audience as well. I want to encourage you to join the racing crowd tonight. And if you can't make it here tonight, we'll talk to you about our upcoming schedule. We're on the road for 3 straight road shows, thanks to Johnson & Sons Paving to come. We're hanging out here with your Polly's. Polly's is a great place to be. Come on down. They have live bands every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, twice on Sundays. They're going inside, too, with bands in the evening hours on Sundays as well. So make sure this is a destination for you as well. pollyspubsandeatery.com is their website. We're heading to a commercial break. We're here for some of our great sponsors. They've been around with us for 42 years and counting. A lot of them have been around for decades on the show. They support local racing. We hope you support them as well. Listen to these messages, see what they look like, support their businesses, tell them you heard it on the show, and we'll catch you on the other side. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Johnson & Sons Paving is an asphalt and concrete paving contractor serving southern Wisconsin and proudly sponsors our weekly Bill Holland in the Groove segment. Trust the team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services for customers from Dane County to Fond du Lac and from Sheboygan to Kenosha County. Johnson & Sons Paving is proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline while exceeding expectations. Homeowners and business owners alike depend on the racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly while keeping their property safe and accessible at all times. For all of your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going online to johnsonsonspaving.com.
At Automatic Transmission Design, we know your vehicle is important to you. When your transmission needs servicing, take it to the best. ATD in Germantown, Wisconsin. ATD understands how important it is to get your vehicle fixed right the first time. When you take your vehicle to ATD, our ASE trained technicians will run diagnostic tests to pinpoint the exact problem and answer any questions you may have before repairs begin. ATD has been providing high-quality, honest repairs to customers for over 15 years. We service all makes and models using the best parts and equipment available. When you come to ATD, you will get an honest assessment of the problem, simple explanations, experienced technicians, competitive pricing, high-quality parts, and their 100% guarantee. Money is not the goal at ATD. It is the result of fixing the problem and returning the vehicle to you. That is their goal. The next time your vehicle needs quality transmission service, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Hey race fans, Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show airs at a special time this Saturday on CW18 right after the NASCAR race at the Brickyard. With great support from our sponsors, the Racing Roundup Show is Wisconsin's trusted source for racing coverage. We interview the stars of our sport and Wisconsin racers too, along with local racing highlights. Join the racing crowd for Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show right after the NASCAR race.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement, 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show, America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd. Now let's get back to our host, the PA voice of the Daytona 500. You've seen him on Flow Racing's coverage of the Snowball Derby and Slinger Nationals, and on Track TV's coverage of the ASA Stars National Tour. Once again, here is Jim Trado.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for being part of our program. For 42 years and counting, we've been covering all forms of motorsports. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home or commercial property, I'd like you to choose Rapina Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge to get your next deal done. They have expertise. They can sell your house or they'll help you find your dream home. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Choose RapinaRealty.com. As you may have just seen in our commercial break, we're taking our show this Saturday, our TV show on CW18 Milwaukee. It'll air after the NASCAR O'Reilly Series race this coming Saturday, so not 11:30 in the morning. If you have your DVR set, it'll catch it after the O'Reilly race this Saturday, but we're hoping that more people get to see it. As a lead-in, NASCAR is racing at the Brickyard, and on Saturday our show will follow right after the Racing Roundup show on CW18 Milwaukee and CW18Milwaukee.com. So tune in for that, and I want to thank them for their support of the program. We have great sponsors helping us throughout the year. We have some great prizes to give away after the show tonight here at Paulie's, including race tickets to Dells Raceway Park this Saturday night for their huge under-the-radar showdown with Mid-Am Racing, Twin CWRA features, and 4 other divisions. We also have bottles of Anderson's maple syrup we give away every week on the show. Thank you, Steve. We also have racing T-shirts, hats, band products. We also have race tickets at Wilmot Raceway and Angel Park Speedway. Preston Rue brought some racing T-shirts as well. Thank you, Preston, for that. And we're going to give away this die-cast to somebody here tonight at the show, signed by Bill Baylog. It's a cool deal. You can see one if you haven't bought your own yet at the racetrack. You can see it at AndersonsMapleSyrup.com. That's where you can find a great store for cool things like the 150th scale Bill Baylog car, which reminds me that we have another guest to talk to, and we're going to talk to him right now on the program, and we're so happy to have him with us here on their show. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup program. For 42 years and counting, your home for all things motorsports here in Wisconsin. We now are joined by a Wisconsin-proud company owner, a man behind a lot of things in racing. Let's welcome Steve Anderson of Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup to the show. Steve, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much.
Thanks for spending a few minutes with us. You are still at work on the job. No question there's a lot going on in your world. Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Racing has been a sponsor of our show. Thank you. Also very involved in Bill Baylog's World of Outlaw Racing this year. How are things going knowing that he's on the Outlaw Trail again this year with you guys as a sponsor?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, we check in with him every week, and always excited to log in and watch the races. And he's doing well. He's not doing as well as last year, but he's getting his wings back under him, and I think things are headed the right way.
So what makes a beautiful company, a family-owned company since 1928, Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, what made you guys get involved in racing, and how has racing helped leverage what you guys do, and how much fun have you had getting the word out on your great product?
Well, it's kind of a silly story. 2009, we were planning to go to a race with some friends. We'd never been to a NASCAR race, my wife and I, and friends had been, and so we were getting ready to go to a race in Charlotte. And my cousin says, "Why doesn't Anderson Maple Syrup sponsor a race car?" And I was just out of stupidity asked, "Well, what does that cost?" I had no idea. Well, there was a few teams selling stuff on eBay, and I looked them up and called them, and I actually ended up on a Mark Bailey car in 2009. Not Mark Bailey, Mark Green. Sorry, Mark Bailey was our sales guy. Mark Green's car at the Milwaukee Mile was our first race. Then we did a race a little bit later with Kenny Wallace, and that was kind of the beginning of our NASCAR. And we were just about ready to give it up because we hadn't really gained any traction. And then I met a salesman that said, "I can sell your NASCAR deal into retailers and get you into retailers." And I said, "Okay, let's try it." We moved to Kevin Harvick Incorporated with the Truck Series and sponsored Ron Hornaday for a couple of years. And then as that Kevin Harvick Inc. disbanded, it kind of moved and evolved between different teams, and we ended up at RCR for a few years. And we picked up thousands of grocery stores in the process. So the program worked. And now we've kind of migrated away from NASCAR because the big grocery stores are not as impressed by NASCAR as they once were, at least in our view.
Okay.
And we can kind of get what we were spending for a few races, we can get almost a whole season with Bill Baylog. And I think there is much more fan support for Bill Baylog than there ever was when we were doing NASCAR racing. We get emails almost every week from somebody thanking us. And, that means we're doing something right.
Well, motorsports fans are the most loyal in all sports. And when it comes to that involvement, I know you have other opportunities. I'm sure people are approaching all the time for various things. But when it comes to sponsoring race teams, and it comes to sponsoring those moving billboards called the race haulers going up and down the road, how much value do you have in that? How much do you encourage your teams to get more involved that you sponsor, to maybe go to a grocery store a day before the race, or host something that I know, for example, you've had a couple of race cars pop by your Cumberland, Wisconsin manufacturing facility to kind of get that awareness out there more. How involving is that with a race team that knows there's more to it than just collecting your sponsorship?
Yeah, we do as much of that as we can and as much as our partners will allow us to do, I guess. Not everybody wants to take the time to do that. Bill Baylog has been great. He's never said no to anything I've asked. Their team is real flexible that way. We're actually working on a program right now when they're in Stockton, California. We're going to have a shopping spree. Bill is going to push a cart. He's going to have 2 minutes and 17 seconds to fill out as many groceries as he can. And everything in the cart, I don't know if the stuff in the cart or the value of the stuff in the cart will all go to a local food shelf. And we're hoping to have some other support locally for that. And then you mentioned the event we have here. I guess this was our third or fourth year where we have our local dirt teams that just race like at Cedar Lake and some local tracks. And then when Bill is in the area with the Outlaws, we have them come to our place and kind of invite everybody out for hot dogs or whatever we might have that year.
So when it comes to Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, I know with Bill's shopping spree, thankfully there are some plastic jugs that have Bill's picture on them, because the glass bottles in Anderson's in the stores like at Kroger or anywhere else around the country, there it is. Those are made out of plastic. So Bill could probably take an armful of those off the shelf, right? Put those in the grocery cart. But you got to warn him about the glass. So you're going to train him on how to put glass bottles off the shelf in 2 minutes and 17 seconds. So I'm guessing you want some pancake mix in there, some other things that go along with Anderson's syrup in that grocery run.
Yeah, for sure. It's always, we've done these kind of events before with other drivers, and some are kind of wild about it and some kind of get it. Hey, we don't want to break anything in the process. And,
yeah.
Bill is not somebody that I consider as a person that gets super overexcited about anything. That's, I think, what makes him a great driver. And so I'm not too worried about having to preach to him about what to do in the store and not break anything.
We know that the Anderson Pure Maple Syrup, the standard syrup, the main, the original brand, that syrup is awesome. I'm addicted to it. I'll be the first to admit to it. You've got other flavors now. You're adding to the portfolio. But also I want to bring up this, because you mentioned one way to get the exposure to another kind of sport is people that are in marathons or training or in some kind of athlete adventure. This is called Pure Fuel. This is made by you guys. This is a really handy pouch to have for those runners, or in our Dean Strom's case, on his hand cycle when he races marathons, to kind of get some energy as he goes through these long endurance races. What's the reaction been like with Pure Fuel and the reason behind it?
Well, the first few years, people were like, you guys are crazy. You want me to drink maple syrup while I'm running? But there's been some new research that's come out in the last 10, 15 years that really supports what's in pure maple syrup already. And our Pure Fuel is nothing but pure maple syrup. So you could take that and put it on your pancakes. And if any of you have ever run a race and you've needed that extra energy, like the gel packets that are out there, they're really thick, they're hard to swallow. This goes down easy. And there is no other product that's being sold in that realm of products for running that allows you to put it on your pancakes if you don't use it during the race. Everything else, you would just want to spit it out if you tried to do that.
It's a 1 ounce pouch, and there's a tear tab right here. Just pop the cover, if you will, and put it in. It's kind of cool that you guys have done this. And I'm guessing that you guys have expanded your footprint a bit with this, right? Have you gone to other events, or have you supported running events or marathons with this?
Yeah, I think this will be our second or third year at the Twin Cities Marathon, which Minneapolis, Minnesota, St. Paul. And I think this is our fourth or fifth year up at Grandma's Marathon in Duluth. And so we're really gaining a lot of traction there. We see every year there's less and less people looking at us like we're crazy, and more people coming by and saying, hey, this really worked for me last year. I got to have more of this. I've never had anything that tasted so good and got me through the race. So we're finding some good traction there. My sister is a marathoner. She's actually she's trying to run a marathon in every state. I think she's somewhere around 30 states she's hit so far. And so she was the one that really pushed for this. And I was ready to give up on it a couple times. And she said, oh, let's try a little bit more. And now it's finally, it's selling well, mostly on Amazon. That's our biggest customer.
Well, AndersonsMapleSyrup.com is the website to find this and other great products. And Steve, I can't tell you how much we enjoy having you as part of this. Our listeners and viewers that come to the show get to sample it, because you gave us some samples we give away after every program, so we can't thank you enough for that. But this is a cool project that is going places. And if you want to be more involved in racing, support those who support you. I go to a lot of different racetracks. When I go to the grocery store around the country, I look on the Anderson shelf, and it's always there. So you've got great distribution. So find Anderson's on the store shelf of your favorite grocer. And by all means, we'd love your support on the show and continued success with you, Steve, and all the things you're doing here in Cumberland and supporting racing. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you very much.
How about a big hand, everybody, for Steve Anderson joining us here on the Racing RoundUp program. We'll be right back after these.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Life is full of questions. Is the presentation ready for work tomorrow? Why is there so much traffic at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday? Are your in-laws visiting this weekend or next? You've got plenty of things to worry about. Whether your car will start shouldn't be one of them. With an outrageously dependable battery under your hood, you can cross one of those questions off your list, which gives you time to answer more things like,
are we there yet?
Interstate Batteries, delivering the most trustworthy source of power to the world since 1952.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our show. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Come on down and join us. We got a lot of things to cover. We're going to do some giveaways after about 7:30 or so. When we go off the air, we have a lot of great giveaways, a lot of great folks here tonight. But if you want to win something, come on down and join us. We got a lot of giveaways after the show. Tonight and every Tuesday through September, LD's Bike Nights, LD's Barbecue Bike Nights happen. A live band this tonight is High Country. Great food at their award-winning restaurant in East Troy. We're going to be there next Tuesday. Our next Johnson & Sons Paving Road Show is next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, at LD's Barbecue. It is going to be with the band Miles Wangeren Band. It's going to be a bike night, a full menu of the finest smoked brisket, chicken, and sausage with award-winning sauces and rubs. And it's going to be hanging out in the parking lot with us. It's going to be a car show, so if you've got a classic car, come on down and join us. If you've got a race car you want to show off, by all means, bring it out. Get there by 5:30. Our show starts at 6. Our next Johnson & Sons Paving Road Show is next Tuesday at LD's Barbecue, where they're hanging out with a band tonight called High Country. We also want to welcome our friends at BMRE Electric Carts. They're sponsoring this segment of our program. They are in Random Lake. They have e-bikes and scooters in your choice of colors, an average of 20 Icon new and used electric and gas golf carts are in stock, including 6-passenger carts. Brad Miller's Wisconsin's only Icon gas and electric cart dealer. Check out their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. I'd like to thank and recognize some of the sponsors that make our show possible. Adams Towing, Select Container, Auto Trans Design in Germantown, HRP, Hafner Racing Products, Dells Raceway Park, Bonafide Security Solutions, Polly's Pub and Eatery, Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells, Madison International Speedway, Badger Kart Club, American Foundation Specialists, Oak Creek Automotive, BMRE Electric Carts, NNS Towing, and Slinger Speedway. There's some of the folks that help to make the show possible. A lot of their logos are on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Click on that link and give them a ring. Support those businesses, please, as they help our show continue on for 42 years and counting. It's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. They're a proud founding sponsor, Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a battery for every need at a dealer near you. The last points race for the Cup Series at North Wilkesboro Speedway was in 1996. They ran their Sunday night. It produced 3 lanes of racing, a 175-lap green flag run to the finish line, and a strong performance by Joe Logano, who held off Denny Hamlin. Logano's teammate Ryan Blaney finished 11th a lap down, but he had something for him. However, he had a speeding penalty on the last pit stop that cost him, and he only finished 11th. Chase Briscoe, Ty Gibbs, and SVG completed the top 5. Bubba Wallace finished 6th, and what remains commonplace at North Wilkesboro, only 6 cars finished on the lead lap after 450 circuits around that historic revived oval in North Carolina. Chandler Smith's Ford F-150 was on cruise control on Saturday's truck race. Yeah, a lot of rain in the area as well. North Wilkesboro was the site of a truck race for the first time in a long time. Last year they ran it as a points race as part of the All-Star Weekend. This time they ran on Saturday in support of the Cup race on Sunday. Smith's teammate moved up from 8th to 2nd in the final 99 laps of green flag racing, but had nothing for Smith, who won by over 8 seconds. SVG Inspire Motorsports truck ran 3rd, so Lane Riggs finished 2nd. Spire Motorsports finished 3rd, and with SVG, no doubt that helped him on Sunday. As I get back on my notes here, Nina resident Ty Majeski led 23 laps before Smith took over and controlled the race, and Ty slipped back to 10th. Caden Honeycutt finished 11th in the truck race, and he was swept after he swept both Cars Tour races on Friday at North Wilkesboro. For Carson Osavar, he spent time with a lot of fans at Slinger on Tuesday night. Then he went to hang with Shaquille O'Neal in a suit and tie event somewhere. Then he led 74 laps in Friday's truck race before a left front tire cost him 2 laps in the pits. Osavar finished 13th in Sunday's Cup race and sits 7th in the Cup points. This Sunday is the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and is the final race in the Cup Series in-season bracket challenge. Whoever finishes higher, Ryan Blaney or Todd Gilliland, banks home $1 million. The ARCA and Truck Series race will happen this Friday night at IRP in Indianapolis as part of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Brickyard 400 weekend. That'll be on FS1. Saturday's NASCAR O'Reilly Series race at the Brickyard will be on CW18 Milwaukee starting at 3. And our show, Racing Roundup show on TV, will be happening after the races because they're qualifying for the O'Reilly Series around 11:30, our normal time slot. So looking forward to seeing how many people tune into our show after the NASCAR O'Reilly Series race this Saturday around 6 p.m. is when our show hits on CW18 Milwaukee after the O'Reilly Series race. I'm also headed this weekend to Newport Speedway in Tennessee. It's a great little 3/8 mile maybe. They say it's a quarter mile, I think, but it's a little bigger than that. A little bigger than Slinger, but it's got some high banks. It's going to be fun. I'll be there for the ASA Stars National Tour race Saturday night. Adam Mackey, John Ramos, and I will be on the call on Track TV. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're glad to have a bunch of racers support our program. We love talking short track racing all the time, no matter the discipline. We have a driver now that's deep into sprint car racing, winged or non-winged. He is all about it in 2026. Let's welcome in Preston Rue. Preston, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me again.
I'm glad you're back on the show. You've been a busy guy. I'm glad we got a hold of you.
Yes, very, very busy this year.
What's your season been like?
So far, it's been a pretty even mix between running a 604 wingless car and running our 410 sprint car.
So when you say 410 sprint car, that is a huge beast.
Yes.
And there's
absolutely.
the IRA sprint cars around this area, but you only raced with them one time. Where else have you raced it?
We have raced with the World of Outlaws. They've come around the area a few times, and then, a few other times with the IRA sprints as well.
So the Wisconsin wingless cars, the 604 engine, is a lot slower.
Yes.
A lot less horsepower.
Correct.
No wing on top to keep you in the corner.
Yep.
And you decided, why not? Let's race them both on the same night. The 410 and the wingless car at Wilmot. What was that like?
That was so hectic. It was just completely bonkers. So last year, we didn't have our 410 engine back from the engine builder. And so we got together with Chris Klemko from CK Contractors, and he was able to sponsor us one of his spare engines, spare 604 engines.
Yeah.
And so then we got some laps in that, and then I was asked to drive my cousin's MSA 360 for one weekend, and that happened to be on a wingless race as well.
All right.
And so we raced both of those at the same time, and we did all right. So then we decided this year, let's do it again. And it is definitely a lot more hectic with the IRA sprint cars, with the 410 sprint car than it was with the 360.
And it's a 2-night show at the World of Outlaws, and
Yes.
the wingless only ran one of those nights.
Correct.
But what's it like for you? I've seen on your socials, Preston Rue Racing, you're in your own house garage. You're working on your sprint car with the wing on it.
Yes.
And you're racing against the best of the best in the World of Outlaws.
Yes.
What was that like that weekend, going back to back and then adding the Wisconsin wingless on the next night?
Yeah, it was really nice for Friday because we were able to just completely focus on the 410 car and make sure we were going through the night doing whatever we needed to. And then for Saturday, then we spent the morning working on getting the 410 all ready, and we had the wingless car already finished and ready to just load up. And so then we brought them both to the track, and we had just the right amount of pit crew members to be able to jump back and forth between the two, because there was a few times where one race would go right into the next race where I had to be in the other car. And so keeping all my safety equipment on and everything, and then you got a quick jump into the wingless car. But thankfully, without the wing on it, it's a whole lot easier to jump in quickly.
Well, it's a lot of work, and I know that you have some great people that we're going to talk about in a moment, but I want to talk about those moments of just adjusting. The speed, the corner entry, the ability to race. I mean, every race you are in, you are racing for something. A position better in the heat race, a position to transfer into the A main, a better position in the B main if you don't make the top, whatever it is in a heat race. All those things are all like immediacies.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah, and so it's been all right. It's surprisingly well, I'll phrase it. Where earlier this year we had also one single night of double duty, and that one didn't go quite as smoothly in terms of my adjusting to the cars. So the first time we did it, we won the heat race in the wingless car, which was right after our heat race for the 410 car. And so coming into the first corner the very, very first time in the wingless car, the entry points are real different there. And got a little bit higher than I had anticipated in that first corner. But once you go down the backstretch, then at that point, then you're all caught up to it. And it's not too bad to jump back and forth.
2 different cars, thankfully. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Who helps you on your race cars?
Absolutely. So my dad does a ton of work for us, and we wouldn't be able to do it without him. And then we have quite a few people on our pit crew. So we have Jet, and we have Jarrett, we have Micah, and we have all the Clevelands, who are also one of our sponsors, and that's Lindsay and Scott. And then all of the, for our PR, we have my wonderful, beautiful wife. and then the Cleveland girls with Gracie and Sadie, and then Cheyenne as well, helping out.
And things have clicked in for you guys. America 250 this year, you guys are all about it. Red, white, and blue has been your theme.
Absolutely.
But with one of your main sponsors, it really makes sense, doesn't it?
Exactly. Fly-Ride's one of our main sponsors on both cars.
What do they do?
They have a tangle-free flagpole holder. So you can mount it on the side of your house, and then there's bearings in it, and it'll spin so that your flag never gets tangled.
How can we find out more about Fly-Ride?
I believe they have a website at flyrite.com.
All right, or see Preston in the pits after a race, no question.
Absolutely. We have some standalone units that you can take a look at so that you can see exactly how they work.
Nothing wrong with that. Where can we find you on socials?
Going to be at Preston Rue Racing, and that should be on everything, I believe.
All right, checking with the social media person.
Yes, got to make sure that.
Because, in the audience, it's always good to have that fail-safe. Who else supports you on your race car?
We have a whole bunch of sponsors, and we wouldn't be able to do it without our sponsors. We have Shape of You, Oosberg Family Dentistry, Fly-Rite, Superior Bar and Grill, Custer's Cones and Candy, CK Contractors, Grandpa Kissinger's Maple Syrup, Professional Plating, SC Diecast and Collectibles, Courtyard Landscaping, Advanced Eye Care, A-Main Apparel and Diecast, Flat Out Friday, Brody Racing Engines, and Clink Equipment.
Cool. And when it comes to racing, for those who have never been to a sprint car race and they want to see you race, where are you racing next?
Next, we are racing this Saturday at Cedar Lake Speedway with the IRA sprint cars.
Okay, and what should fans bring along to experience their first sprint car race?
I think a beer, something to get some dirt in.
What about glasses? How about those safety glasses that are clear?
Some glasses.
You might want to wear those.
Maybe,
a little dust
perhaps.
in the air. And when it comes to cheering on, I mean, the cars are super loud, super fast.
Yes.
But the fan access is pretty cool too, isn't it?
Absolutely. Right after the races, we always leave the trailer open, and we have the car sitting there so that we can have any of the little kids who want to come in and they can sit on it. Otherwise, this year we also have a mule now as part of our program.
That'd be a four-wheeler.
Yes.
Not a donkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we have a bucket of candy for all the kids sitting there as well.
That's cool. Preston, thanks a lot for your time on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Preston Rue Racing on socials, where to find Preston Rue. He's got his race car here with us at the show. He's racing this Saturday at Cedar Lake Speedway. We'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show. That was perfect. That's for our television show this Saturday after the NASCAR O'Reilly Series race. So that's wanted to ask about what people should bring along.
Yeah.
What do you have to pack along now that you got all these people and 2 race cars? I mean, you have 2 fire suits, you have 6 helmets. What do you do now with your racing double dipping?
We have just the one set of safety gear and everything, and we make sure we wash it each week because it gets pretty nasty after a while. And otherwise, we have 2 trailers. We have our main trailer, and then we have a little open trailer that we bring the wingless along on.
So both cars can, the wingless sits on another trailer.
Yep, different trailer for that car.
Who's all involved with that one? Is it a separate deal? Do you own that car? Is
Nope.
it your cousin?
So we own that car,
and
the sponsorship continued from last year. So that is a CK Contractors Chris Klemko engine this year. So
nice.
Really, really huge shout out to him. He's the only reason we've been able to do this.
And the neat thing about that is you get to go racing. I know you're not racing full time in anything, right? So you really get to kind of prepare and get down and dirty, saying we're ready to go.
Absolutely.
So I imagine 2 things happen. Number one, you're ready when you go racing. You know you're ready.
Yes.
Not just slamming away and like, we worked 75 hours this week on the car and hope I can figure out how to stay awake during the heat race. Secondarily, though, when there's like a weather delay or something, that's got to drive you nuts.
Oh yeah, it's horrible because we've been preparing so much.
Yeah.
And that especially when it comes to and it's no fault of the tracks, but like if there's rain in the area or something, and they're waiting for a call or not, it's always tricky whether to head out or not.
Okay, it used to be where you'd call the office of the racetrack and just keep calling until they said, we're not racing anymore. Then there's people that say, well, just check our Facebook page. Well, that sometimes isn't good enough.
Yep.
So with as many races as you've been to and as many tracks and people you know, how do you find out the weather? Do they call you first because you're really good at it?
No, they call my wife because my wife deals with a lot of that. So,
all right.
So I kind of get secondhand knowledge.
It's kind of easy.
Away.
Just kind of like, I'll just, whatever she says, we'll do.
Precisely.
That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice.
Yep.
The integration of people in your team, how many people have been there for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, aside from your dad being there from day one?
Yeah. So Jarrett, I had mentioned him with our pit crew. He's been there since I raced go-karts.
Wow.
So that's probably coming up on 10 years here.
All right.
So Jarrett's been with us for a very, very long time.
Great.
And then some of the other crew members have been with us for, probably 4 or 5 years now, working on the sprint cars.
So when it comes to World of Outlaws, are there any more of those races in your near future?
Probably just next year.
Okay.
Yep, I think the 2 races we did at Wilmot here were the last ones on our schedule.
Okay.
Unless something crazy happens and we decide to add one towards the end of the year. But
And do you know your schedule now, or are you just going to kind of play it to where you're comfortable with where you're racing next?
we kind of have a general idea of where we're going to run, but it kind of changes from week to week because, like, even for this upcoming weekend, we were talking originally about only racing at Sun Prairie on Sunday because that's where the IRA sprint
you race
cars
Saturday
are.
night too, yeah.
Correct. And then just because the haul to Cedar Lake can sometimes be long, but we decided we're going to go and run just Cedar Lake then, and then we'll miss the Angel Park race for this weekend.
Yeah, Angel Park has Badger Midgets, IRA 410 sprint cars, and I believe the Wisconsin Winglets too.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Your sponsors are behind you. Wherever you go, you know you got the people with you.
Exactly.
And you're not out every weekend all weekend.
Yep.
Which is kind of nice. So let's brag on your wife for a little while, can we?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Chatty Maddie is now married to this guy. Mm-hmm. And Chatty Maddie's made her own way and her own style, her own Monday night show. But also it helps a lot of people stay informed on the feed on Flow Racing for the IRA sprint cars.
Absolutely.
And that's led to other opportunities with her on FS1 and the flat tracks. Congrats, Maddie.
It's been awesome.
She's blushing now. It's okay, though. Because you're part of that, too, where you're like, hey, I got to do this racing thing. And now she's doing her own thing. She's traveling to California to be a pit reporter during American Flat Track.
Exactly.
It's kind of fun for you guys right now.
It's so cool because even when we were racing with both cars, we still had in the trailer, we had a laptop set up with the AFT race so that we could go and watch Madeline. She was at Williams Grove for that weekend. So
I'm jealous.
It was very cool.
Never been. Jealous. Totally jealous. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's got to be kind of fun for you guys to do that, too.
Absolutely.
How does she let you know her schedule's going to change? Like, hey, they just got me going to this one now. I'm going to go that way now.
Yep. We try and keep talking to each other back and forth just to make sure that
communication's key to the wedding and the marriage. Yep, right. Communication's key. Or you just wait for her to tell you. Yeah, it's probably better that way.
Yep.
I'm kidding. Preston, it's been a lot of fun having you here in the car. Do we miss anybody who talked about sponsorship-wise? We got a list, but is there anybody like, oh, wait a minute. We good?
Not that I can think of. I'm sure I'll think about it on the way home.
So you're racing at Cedar Lake Saturday. And then down the road, if you want to follow what Preston's doing, socials are Preston Root Racing.
Correct.
On everything.
On everything.
Thanks for bringing a couple of shirts down, too. You can become fans and / crew guys, as long as you're okay with it. Come on now. Straight mud up, right? Maybe after hot laps, come straight mud off the wing. We'll give you some squeegees. Sure, yeah. Preston, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
How about a big hand again for Preston Rue and joining us here on the show. Thanks, Chatty Maddie, for letting us make fun of you for a little while. And we're looking forward to a lot of fun things to come. She's got a great thing going here with FS1. She has a lot of things cooking in the right direction. And we are proud to say she's doing a lot of great things on television, and she's bringing that back to us so we get to hang out with her at IRA Bumper to Bumper Outlaw Sprint Car races, too, including this Saturday.
Absolutely.
She's going to work there, too, right?
Yep, she'll be there.
There you go. So go to Cedar Lake and support Chatty and all she does at those races as well. We're coming back. We got a lot more to cover. We're talking some families now. American Super Cups racing and dirt racing on ovals. Yep, that's on the way next with a couple of guests that are father and son and daughter on the show here to come on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Race car components for gearheads in Beaver Dam is your race car parts destination. Anna Gerke and the Gross family of racers stock thousands of parts for short track racers on dirt and pavement. Race car components is the manufacturer of championship-winning Copperhead gears. Save on the shipping cost of MD3 body panels. Parts in stock. Get your G60 Hoosier tires siped, grooved, and signed. See Anna in the Gearhead Parts Van at Gravity Park. Visit Race Car Components for Gearheads.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Jim Trado. Thanks for joining us. We're on the road for the next 3 Racing Roundup shows. Our schedule's on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Our Johnson & Sons Paving Road Show next week will be at LD's Barbecue in East Troy. And then on August 4th, we'll be hanging out at the front gate at Wisconsin International Raceway. That's a race night for the ASA Midwest Tour and the ASA Midwest Tour and the Midwest Truck Series. And then on the following Tuesday, it's during State Fair. So we're hanging out anywhere but Pollock's because they have this parking lot full of cars, and they've got a lot of things going on during State Fair. So on August 11th, join us for our second trip down to Oak Creek for Oak Creek Automotive Night number 2 at the Cellar in Oak Creek. That information, again, is on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Click on 2026 schedule. This portion of our show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Widener Automotive and Nora's Tavern. This Friday night is the Hogan Farms Howie Letto Classic 30 at Madison International Speedway, joining the ASA Midwest Tour 100 lapper. For the latest series info, stay tuned to our show and visit MidwestTruckSeries.com. It's time for the Modified Security Solutions Short Track Report. See the racers at Team Modified for custom-made security doors, program card access, cameras and alarm systems for your home or business, plus on-call locksmiths and much more. It's a lock. Call Modified at 262-790-9400 or go online to bonafidsafe.com. They protect what you value. Dell's Raceway Park coverage is supported by Diamond Racing Wheels, who sponsor the weekly division's Fast Dashes. And Diamond Wheels is your destination for stock car, road racing, autocross, dirt track, and off-road and beadlock wheels, custom chrome finish wheels, and more. Visit diamondracingwheels.com. Winners last Saturday night were John Lemke and 622 Outlaws, Andrew Borntrager and Sportsman, Jeremy Bredesen and Bandits, and Harley Johnson of Johnson & Sons Paving and Bandoleros. This Saturday at DRP, it's going to be big. It's the Mid-Am Racing, has 28 cars entered, double features for the CWA Super Lates. Late models, modifieds, Wisconsin Sport Trucks, and Street Stocks are all on the card. Get there early. Qualifying's at 4:30. Racing's at 6. Great food. Great way to catch some great racing. It's being billed as the Under the Radar Showdown. Tickets are $15 in advance for adults. Seniors and military, $13. Students, $9.50, and kids 5 under are free. Grab a parking spot and make it a weekend at the Dells. DellsRacewayPark.com is their website. It was a big week for Oak Creek Automotive and Hogan Farms sponsor Casey Johnson. He was the overall winner Saturday night at Jefferson Speedway, his home track, and he raced his way to Tuesday night to the first Slinger National victory for the veteran driver. Casey was in contention, ran 10th at the halfway break of the 200 lapper, was up to 5th with 30 laps to go, then raced his way to 3rd before Carson Brown and Andrew Morrissey waged war up front. Casey ran a really clean race on one hot night. Man, it was hot there. And a bunch of mechanical issues, including the heat, I think kind of took its toll. Broken axles, rear frame cracks, engine overheating. It was a hot night, and a lot of racers went by the wayside before the 200 laps was complete. Zach Prunty won the late model feature, the Turn 1 CRA Pro Series 100-lap race on Monday. I thought it was a good one. Derek Cross dominated his first ever race in the series, but, man, there was drivers that had never been there and did a really nice job. They went to the first 50 laps without a caution. They had a competition caution. Only one car spun, but as far as the newcomers to Slinger, I think it was a really good addition to the Monday night show, as well as the Bracket Challenge, which offered the first 32 cars in practice speeds on Monday. They were paired up, 1 against 32, 2 against 31. You get the idea. 2 cars on the track at the same time. Whoever's faster moves on to the next round. Like the NCAA bracket, whittled down to 4 cars to go for the fast time. They all got fresh Hoosier tires on them. Penn Sauter among them. And I believe Lake Fenhouse is the other one. And then Carson Brown and
Ty Majeski with the other 2. And wouldn't you know it, Carson Brown won the bracket challenge on Monday night, which guaranteed him a spot in the race, but they have to qualify on Tuesday. 35 cars qualify for the Slinger Nationals on Tuesday, and the fast qualifier was Gabe Summers. Brown does have bragging rights, though, on that fresh set of Hoosiers on Monday night. He put in the second fastest lap ever recorded at Slinger, 11.003 seconds in his super late. Steve April's record is still 10.994, set in May of 2025. We want to thank Slinger Speedway, Johnson & Sons Paving, and Oak Creek Automotive for supporting our live road show on Monday during the Nationals. They had a prelude to the Nationals on Sunday night. James Swan raced the victory in that race for the Midwest Truck Series feature on Sunday night at Slinger Speedway. And if you missed the race, you can watch it anytime on Flow Racing. It was a lot of fun to be in the booth with Carson Hocevar after he fell out and hanging out with the racers. So it was a bunch of fun. So check out Flow Racing to see the replay of Slinger's racing, and you catch them every Sunday on Slinger Super Speedway's Flow coverage, or better yet, get in the grandstands. If you missed the race, do that. This Sunday, you can head out to Slinger Super Speedway. It's ladies' night with $2 admission and $5 frozen margaritas this Sunday at Slinger, including the hooligan motorcycle races, great weekly racing as well. Gates open at 5, racing at 6:30. Bobby Wilberg and Brent Edmonds won the late model features Friday night at Madison International Speedway. Nick Schneider and Kenny Storkson collected Misfits feature wins. The Twin Legends features were won by Lincoln Kane and first-timer Cale Slater. This Friday night, July 24th, is a big one. Midwest Tour is going to be racing in the Howie Letto Classic. It's going to be called the Bitech Cheeseland Howie Letto Classic at Madison. It's a 100-lapper for the ASA Midwest Tour Super Lates. It's also the Howie Letto Classic for the Midwest Truck Series, sponsored by Hogan Farms. Details for that big race this Friday night, misracing.com. Play with Dirt Track winners on Saturday night included Bill Taylor in the 360 Sprints, Joel Bennett in the late models, past champ Luke Schulten in Grand Nationals, and Tim Shepard made a last corner pass to win the B-Mod feature. Brandon Welty topped the Badger Midgets feature Saturday night at Eagle River Speedway. Their next 2 races for the Badger Midgets include their third and final trip Saturday night to Plymouth Dirt Track this Saturday. And Sunday night, a return to Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie on Salute to Brian Kapinski night, joined by the IRA Outlaw Sprints and Wisconsin Wingland Sprints. Our Gravity Park coverage this season is sponsored by Race Car Components for Gearheads in Beaver Dam. You'll find their parts truck in the pits every Friday at Gravity Park. To find out more about their great in-stock parts, including MD3 body panels, G60 Hoosier tires, and championship-winning Copperhead gears, search Copperhead Gears on Facebook. This Friday night features 7 divisions of dirt track racing. The green flag drops at 7 p.m. You heard about us talking on the show. In 2 weeks' time, next Friday night, July 31st, is the Terry Van Roy Grand National Memorial Race. It's going to be a big deal. Make plans to be there. They're offering $2 beers that night, Crown Vics, and more on the card. Again, Friday night, July 31st, is the Terry Van Roy Grand National Memorial Race that we want to make a big deal out of here on our show to get a bunch of people in the stands in Chilton. CK Contractors, LLC, supports our Wilmot Raceway coverage for lot clearing of brush and debris, lot grading, Lake Michigan shore restoration, pond building, and more. Big or small, doesn't matter. Hire the pros, Chris Klemko, and the racers you trust at ckcontractorsllc.com. This Saturday night is the American Big Rig Semi Showdown and Bike Raffle. Yep, we have tickets to give away tonight after the show to Wilmot. They have A-Mods on the card as well. It's paying $1,000 to win, plus Bandits. Purchase your pre-sale tickets by this Friday, and you be entered in a drawing to ride in a Big Rig during the National Anthem lap. Yep, you can do that. Find out information at wilmotraceway.com. Our show schedule, as I mentioned, we're on the road the next 3 weeks thanks to Johnson & Sons Paving. Next week, Tuesday, July 28th, we'll be at LD's Barbecue with our road show. Bring a chair and an appetite, and be a car show as well. So come on down if you got a classic car, shine up your daily driver. We'd love to have you out there with us. We have a bunch of racers to talk to as well. 2 weeks from tonight, live on August 4th, we'll be at the front gate of the Gandred Auto Group 250, Midwest Truck and Midwest Tour Race at WIR. I always abbreviate it GAG 250. It's Gandred Auto Group 250. 3 weeks from now, Tuesday, August 11th, during the Wisconsin State Fair, we'll be at Oak Creek Automotive Night at the Cellar in Oak Creek. That information, again, is on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Waiting patiently for their debut on the program, it was the little guy's idea to be here. Let's give a big hand to Rusty and his son, Axel Loof. Guys, thanks for being on the show. Hi, Axel. How are you?
Good.
When you said to your dad, and he told me, he said, you came to him one day and said, what? Dad, when's our turn to be on that show, right?
Yep.
When was that? How many weeks ago or days ago or years ago?
I think like 3 or 4.
All right. Yeah. And Dad, you had to say, yeah, let's do that. You got a hold of me, Rusty. It's kind of neat to know that your son's like, Dad, we got to be on the show. We got to talk about race cars. We're finally getting a race together.
Yeah, he'd seen his sister on the show when it was Bonus-Fight night a couple years ago, and he wanted to get on it.
Pretty cool. And Rusty, I know that you raced karts, and now your son's racing karts on dirt ovals. What's that been like helping your son race at Little Buckaroo and at the 1/8 mile at the big track at Dodge County?
It's fun.
when it comes to his racing, how much do you let him do his thing and find out, or how much are you saying this is what you need in the cart? Where are you guys at in the communication level right now with Axel?
I pretty much told him what he's going to have.
All right. What do you like about it? You've been watching your dad race. Now you get the chance to race. What's it been like?
It's been fun.
Yeah. What's your favorite parts?
Getting ready to go racing.
Yeah. Getting ready in the driveway, or getting ready like when it's time to get in the cart and go?
Get ready to go out on the track.
All right. Did you get to pick your cart number, or did your dad kind of pick that for you?
My dad.
Yeah. You know why? He probably already had the decals made. Number 27, right?
Yep.
You're cool with that, right? That's a family number.
Yep.
So when you got a chance to race, what were the things that you were kind of saying, I want to do this, I want to do that? Were you wanted to go dirt kart racing? Was that where you wanted to start your karting?
Yes.
All right. And what do you do to help Dad on his car when he goes Legends racing?
I usually go with him, but sometimes not.
Okay. But he never misses one of your races, right?
Nope.
That's pretty cool. How many times have you raced this year, Axel?
3.
Okay. How have you done?
Good.
Yeah. All right. Rusty, I'm sure 3 races is enough to say, okay, he's got to improve here. He did well there. Got to avoid a couple kids that don't know maybe where they're going. How's that been through the process of teaching the next generation, Rusty?
It's been kind of different. I mean, he's jumped up from a kid kart to a junior 1. He doesn't have the speed yet, but we're going to find out Saturday if we got it.
Where are you going this Saturday? Where you racing?
Dam.
Okay. How many times have you raced there of the 3 times you've been racing?
A lot.
All right. You like that track?
Yeah.
It's a new 1/8 mile inside the Dodge County Fairgrounds horsepower half mile. And Rusty, for you, I'm sure it was something that you wanted to kind of check out first before you said, let's do this with my son, right? How's that racetrack?
It's unique.
Yeah. You raced at Beaver Dam too, right? The small track when they had the kart track in the infield.
Yep.
Is it similar?
No, it's a lot smaller.
Okay. All right.
The one at the Beaver Dam Raceway was the 5th mile.
Okay.
This is the 8th mile.
Oh, I got you. I didn't know that was, wow. It was pretty big then.
Yeah.
Considering. What about Junior Buckaroo, a track you guys have both raced on now? What size track is that, and where is it?
8th mile up in Cecil. They
Okay.
switched to Sundays, so with my slinger schedule, it doesn't really fit.
So Rusty's one of those familiar faces you get to see at Slinger Speedway on the golf carts, helping people from the gate to their seats and back. How long have you been doing that, Rusty?
4 or 5 years already.
Okay, all right. And when it comes to that, I appreciate you doing that, because I know a lot of folks that, for example, I saw at the Slinger Nationals, they wanted to get there early. Some folks were there all day. It was a hot day, so folks that wanted to have your help, and I'm sure they're glad to see you there.
Yep.
How often do you do that, Rusty?
Every Sunday.
Okay, all right. So when it comes to racing, we talked about Axel's racing, and we talked about karting for Rusty. But Rusty, you've raced now with the Midwest Legends Dirt Series, but you had a big shunt on July 10th, right?
Yeah.
At Wilmot?
Yep.
What all went down?
What didn't go down?
It went up and down, up and
Yeah.
down, right?
It went up and down 3 times, so.
Oh, boy. How are you? How's the car?
The car is getting fixed. Be back out before the end of the year.
Okay.
I'm got a sore back out of it yet, but.
That was only a couple of days ago, really.
11 days, yeah.
What do you like about the Midwest Legends Dirt Series? Those people seem to be really connected, and the group of people really seem to be a good group.
It's one big family.
All right. And when it comes to your family racing, Alex, who all goes racing with you? Axel, when you go racing, who's there with you? Dad and who else?
Oh, that's it.
All right. So your sister doesn't come?
Nope.
Mom doesn't come?
Nope.
But they're with you when you have to get your money raised for your kart racing, right?
Yep.
What do you do to raise money for your kart racing?
We usually collect cans and turn them in.
All right. What about that curbside business you have out in front of your house? What's that all about?
That's for firewood.
You sell firewood in bundles, and that's your race car money too?
Yep.
How many times you do that? Is it every week?
We do a firewood post every other day.
Okay. So you're literally at your house at the curb with bundles of firewood, and if you can't be there, there's an honesty bucket, right? And that's how you go racing. Your dad's pretty proud of the fact you get to do that and have your sister help you every now and then, right?
Yep.
Pretty cool. So mom keeps an eye on you that way, and your dad helps you in every way with the race car. It's gotta be neat to have your family involved. When it comes to your sponsors, guys, who do you guys all have with your Midwest Legends Dirt Series kart and your dirt kart, Rusty? All right, we're gonna have the young man read it. Go ahead, Axel. Who's all involved?
We have PMF Landscaping Supply, Evanson Construction, Whoosh Ventures Firewood Sales, Whoosh Engineering Solutions, Flip Fund du Lac, Two First, J2 Creations by Aunt Ashley John, Aunt Becky, TTI, Graphics by JLR, Flood Oil, SNA Photography.
Wow, pretty cool. And I know that I saw on your dad's Facebook page there's a lot of stuff posted there. Is it all with your dad's Facebook page, Rusty Loof, or is it RL Motorsports? Where can we find out what you're doing with your firewood and things on social? Do you have your own Facebook page yet?
No.
Okay. So it's onto your page, Rusty?
Yeah, it's on my page and the RL Motorsports Facebook page.
All right, RL Motorsports Facebook page. So when this happens to be the first year you get to go racing, what do you want to do like 6, 7, 10 years from now? What do you want to be racing then, Axel?
Some sort of big dirt car.
All right. Does it have to have a wing on it?
Nope.
Does it have to have like fenders on it?
Nope.
Does it? Well, if they gave you a ride, you'd take it, right?
Yeah.
Could be a midget, could be a Sterlate model, could be a wing sprint car. You don't really have a preference right now, do you?
Nope.
Just a big dirt car.
Yep.
Awesome. Great to have you on the show. Thanks for coming, Axel. Thanks for talking Dad into it, too. Who'd you guys bring tonight with you, by the way?
Nobody but my dad.
All right. Well, guess what? There's a bunch of people cheering you on because now we know more about Axel Loof and Rusty Loof and your racing, RL Motorsports on socials. And you can see these guys race this coming weekend, right? You guys racing Saturday? At Beaver Dam at Dodge County Fairgrounds on the 8th mile infield racetrack. So if you have nothing else going on, they got it going on, and they'll tell you all about it. And buy some firewood, would you? You can tell them every.
Yep.
Yeah, get posts every other day. Awesome. Axel, Rusty, thanks for being on the show. How about a big hand for the Loofs? Rusty and Axel Loof, thanks, guys. Did a great job. Glad to see you guys are doing it as a family, too. It's really neat to see that, and it's great to see Rusty, as involved as he is, to take some time and go racing with them on weekends. And, yep, you'll see him every Sunday at Slinger Speedway and hanging out with his friends there, too. It's neat to see they continue on as well as a great racing family. We have another racing family to talk to, the Herwalds. They brought their American Super Cups with us. We see Mick Ellis is here as well from the American Super Cup. So if you have any questions about those half-scale race cars, tonight's the night to ask. We're going to ask them a bunch of questions next on the Racing Roundup Show. Stay tuned.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsor.
Johnson & Sons Paving is an asphalt and concrete paving contractor serving southern Wisconsin and proudly sponsors our weekly Bill Holland in the Groove segment. Trust the team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services for customers from Dane County to Fond du Lac and from Sheboygan to Kenosha County. Johnson & Sons Paving is proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline while exceeding expectations. Homeowners and business owners alike depend on the racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly while keeping their property safe and accessible at all times. For all of your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going online to johnsonsonspaving.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Hey there, this is Leon from LD's Barbecue. Open Wednesday through Sunday in East Troy. Not only do we serve your favorites every day, but we also provide catering for graduations, weddings, office parties, and more. Stop in and try our award-winning food, sauces, and rubs. Check us out on Facebook for daily specials. LD's Barbecue in East Troy. Remember, we'll smoke your butt.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive. Check out our website, RacingRoundUpShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. Glad to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. We're hanging out with a bunch of racers, and by all means, join us next Tuesday when we're going to be live at LD's Barbecue for another Johnson & Sons Paving Road Show. We're at LD's Barbecue in East Troy. We're in the parking lot, so bring a chair. Bring your appetite. Got a great menu for you. And there's going to be a live band as well as bike night. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Joining us is Jeff Storm, Logan Julian. They're going to be coming down with us. We'll find out about the burn camp coming back as well for the kids that are burn victims that have a camp that a bunch of racers want to be part of. We're going to tell you more about that next week on the show as well. Lots of more information coming on that program as well. Follow us on socials, on Facebook, The Racing Roundup Show, or find us on X at Racing Roundup, or our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, where we'll post who's all coming to the show. We hope you're with us next Tuesday at Aldi's Barbecue for another Johnson & Sons Paving Road Show. Here's a reminder to watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show, The Racing Roundup Show, this Saturday is at a special time, not 11:30 in the morning. We'll be actually after the NASCAR O'Reilly Series race this coming Saturday on CW 18 Milwaukee. So tune in for the race, stick around for the show. Hope you have some fun and more folks get to see it and maybe come to the racetrack and support you. Looking forward to seeing that as well. It's time now to recognize our Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight drivers. It's a family of racers in the American Super Cups. I'd like to remind you, Anderson's is a proud sponsor and supporter of World of Outlaws sprint car racer Bill Baylog. Try Anderson's in your coffee or tea or on vanilla ice cream. Buy Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer. Shop Anderson'sMapleSyrup.com. Please help me welcome this week's Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Spotlight drivers, the family, the Hurwell Racing family of Mike, daughter Lindsay, and son Colton. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
It's neat to see you here. I know Mick Ellis has been involved for a long time in American Super Cups. And Lindsay, you were telling me before the show, this is your fourth year already doing it. What do you like about it?
I like how you can just pretty much have the same car until like whenever you want to stop. The car pretty much just grows with you. You just change like the seat and how like the wheel is and everything. So it can like grow with you as you grow.
Have you driven the same car for 4 years?
I have, yes.
All right, okay. And just so you know, you don't have to be the size of Colton or Lindsay. Dad Mike drove last week at Slinger Speedway in the Small Car Nationals. You finished 9th in that. One spot ahead of Lindsay. We'll get into that in a minute. But as far as people size, I mean, there's full size bigger than you, Mike, that get to race these. What's fun about it for you?
It's fun to compete with the kids and all the families. I raced for 17 years, and it's been a few years. And Colton asked if I would run with him one race this year.
And Colton, how much fun was that racing against your dad and your sister?
It was fun. It was more cars at the track, so it made it more fun.
Okay. All right. And the neat thing about it is you guys get to race. Is it always the same class? You guys are always against each other when you're racing?
Yes. Yeah. Everyone races with everyone. We race with people who are like double our age, and then we race with 10-year-olds. That's the youngest you can start.
Okay.
But then also when we go down to Grundy Speedway, we race with other series too, which is pretty cool. But we race with everyone. So.
Colton, what do you like about traveling to different racetracks to race the American Super Cups?
It's fun. Every single track is different and different setups and there's different tracks. There's one big bump on one track, and then there's a there's a track with a different bump in another tracks, and then then you put different setups and all that.
And who's doing most of the setup work, you or your dad?
Kind of sometimes me.
Or maybe just Lindsay does all the wrenching. I don't know. I got to ask these things. I need to know.
Dad does most of it, but I like to help a lot. Like we were at the track in Memorial Day weekend, and we had a whole bunch of problems and everything. And he was working on one thing while I was doing a gear change, and it was just a lot of work. But we all help around with the cars and everything. I've been getting more like hands-on and everything, so I've been learning a lot more this year. So.
All right. Mike, does that help, knowing that she's that passionate about driving it and now also getting involved racing and working on it?
Absolutely. With having multiple cars, it takes a little off of me to have her help set up and while I can concentrate on doing changes to his car or figuring out what needs to be changed on either one.
These are half-scale cars. There's a lot of work to be done on them. I mean, you guys can do a lot of things to them as well.
Yeah, it's not like a half-scale NASCAR. We got coilover springs and panhard bars, and you got the wheels and spindles and toe and all that stuff to change. So.
And when it comes to racing, Mike, when you got back in the car, you told me before the show, I didn't realize that if you raced that long, you must have raced Slinger before, right?
No, I raced 17 years in the Midwest Enduro Series and never turned a lap at Slinger.
How was it?
It was a lot of fun. It was, it meant a lot to be able to drop into a legendary racetrack like that, especially with your kids.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
Lindsay, I gave you a little grief when I saw you walk in. I said, hey, how'd you let Dad beat you? There's a story to this that Dad finished the spot ahead of you, right?
Yeah, I ended up in a collision and everything, and I ended up having to go to the back. I was very last of the race, and then when we went back green, I ended up chasing down a lot of the field, and then if it was only a few more laps, I probably would have caught him and passed him, but I did my best. So actually 2 years ago, we did a doubleheader with monster trucks, and I got to race with him too, but this time it was all three of us on the track. Last time it was just me and my dad, but it was cool being able to race all three of us on the same track on one of my favorite ones too.
Yep. Which track was that?
That was at Dells Raceway Park.
All right.
We did a doubleheader with the Monster X Tour.
And you guys get to go back to Dells a couple more times this year. The next race on the schedule for the American Super Cups is coming up on August 2nd. But that's back at Slinger, right?
Right back at Slinger Speedway.
Dad, you got the car set up now. What do you think?
I'd look out. She's fast.
Her car? What about your car?
Yeah. Mine's ready, but it'll depend. It depends on how much help we have in the pits. I mean, it takes a lot with three cars.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had two of my buddies come along and help with the cars, which took a lot off my plate to be able to worry about getting them buckled in and getting everything else set. So it was a blessing to have them both with.
Colton, you've got a race car outside. It's got a number 5 on the door. The number 55 is on your hat. There's a special meaning behind why you peeled one of the 5s off, right?
Yeah, a few days before Golden Sands, got the news that Kyle Busch died, so switched to number 5 just for the tribute, and I think I'm going to be number 5 for the rest of the career.
Wow, that's really cool. That means a lot. Because I saw him race a number 5 car here at the Milwaukee Mile, actually, when he raced in the NASCAR Rally Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of his numbers. That's kind of neat. Lindsay, when it comes to your number, what'd you get to pick?
I picked the number 60, and this was back in 2022. My dad was not racing at all, but I wanted to be the number 60 and be just like have the same number and everything. And then when he first came in, he goes, well, it looks like I'll have to pick a different number because you stole my number and everything.
That was your number then?
It
it was my number for
That's
my
cool.
career, yep.
Yeah, neat. When it comes to this kind of racing and this family of racing, Mike, you chose this for a reason. I'm sure it's paying dividends already, knowing how much fun you're having as a family.
Absolutely. It was just, I went and checked out the teams, and we were trying to figure out what we wanted to race because sometimes Bandoleros max out and we have 2 kids, so we'd have to race 2 different series.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really great. American Super Cups are awesome. Everybody helps each other. Everybody races pretty well together. If you got a problem, you can ask other drivers or other teams. It's just a great network of people.
Remaining schedule, Thomas Sparta Speedway on the schedule. August, I believe we wrote it down, August 15th back at Dells Raceway Park. And the season finale is on Labor Day weekend at Dells Raceway Park for the American Super Cups.
Yeah.
All that said, we're headed to the Dells a few times. Lindsay, you already kind of hinted that's one of your favorite tracks. I'm guessing you're pretty excited to go back to the Dells a few more times.
Well, Slinger and Golden Sands are my favorite tracks,
All right.
but then Dells is a close third.
Okay.
Actually, 2 years ago when we had the Monster X Tour, it was only supposed to be 2 features, but they gave us heat races. And me and my brother were in the same heat, and his first start of a race was actually my first win.
Wow, your first win. Congrats,
Yeah,
man. That was
thank
really
you.
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's really a special moment. Colton, what's your favorite race track or tracks thus far?
It was Slinger last year, but then I came back and I said, what was I thinking? So now it's Dells.
All right. You guys could rip around the Dells. You could rip around Slinger as well. I mean,
Yes.
these cars are amazingly fast.
They sure are.
And you get going.
Yeah.
When it comes to the sponsors you guys have, these race cars are out here with a few decals on them. Colton, who's sponsoring your teams this year?
Indian Trails Campground, Two Brothers Bar and Grill, Pepsi of Janesville, H&R Block Burlington, Hard Rock Crushing, Next Door Pub, 3D Ranch, Twisted Graphics.
And about crew help, his dad got a lot of people helping, or is he doing a lot of the work? And who all helps on the cars, guys?
My dad does most of the work, but when his friends come, Larry and Bruce, when they come, they help out sometimes.
Then we got Mom that helps a lot too. That helps keep us all straight in line and make sure we drink our fluids and eat.
Good. And thankfully, you don't have to worry about the stopwatch anymore, because that was a big deal. We had to have somebody keep an eye on the climbs because you got transponders now, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So when it comes to this form of racing, Mike, what would you tell people other than those watching? Maybe they're going to watch a replay, or maybe they're going to see the show a year from now. What are the benefits of racing against other kids, adults in the American Super Cups? What would you tell them is a good reason to start racing with you guys?
It's a great learning experience. The group is great. Being able to race with kids and adults at the same time, and everybody can learn from each other. You can go out and follow another car if they have more experience, and it's easier to pick it up that way. It's just been a real blessing to have this series around. They didn't go into karting or nothing, so we came right into Super Cup, and just being able to just bounce questions off everybody.
And active suspension, there's a lot to that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're learning
yes.
together from the outset. You're not just trying to adapt from a non-suspension car or no suspension Legends car. You guys are going into full-on, what could be a full-size car someday.
Yep.
Colton, what do you want to race someday?
Late models or NASCAR maybe.
All right, Lindsay, what are you thinking?
I would really like to go into NASCAR, or I really want to race like Truck Series or something like that.
All right, we'll keep an eye on you guys. Where can we find you on socials?
We have Instagram and Facebook pages at Her World Racing.
All right.
That's all we have right now, so
Her
we're
World
working
Racing. See him race on August 2nd. Guys, thanks for being here. Really appreciate
thank
you.
you for having
Thank
us.
you very much for having us.
Colton, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah,
the
thank
Her World
you.
Racing Group. Thanks, guys, for being on the show. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Danny Lynch's bar at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 is a great neighborhood bar to relax, play darts and pool, and grab a cold one and something to eat from the food truck in the parking lot. Danny Lynch's proudly sponsors dirt racer Colin Skinjaleski and has big screen TVs everywhere you look to catch NASCAR races or watch your favorite sports team. Danny Lynch's at Lincoln and Highway 100 in West Dallas is your destination for live bands in their outdoor tent every weekend, all season long, too. Follow them on their Facebook page, Lynch's-West Dallas.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with 1 truck, 1 employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our show. Next week, Tuesday, we're at LD's Barbecue. We're hanging out with you tonight at Polly's Pout Eatery, where you can always find a great shuttle to all the sporting events, Milwaukee Brewers home games, Bucks home games, concerts, festivals. They got it going on, as well as live bands every Friday, Saturday, twice on Sundays. Yep, all here at Paulie's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Next week, Tuesday, LD's Barbecue. We're hanging out with you in the parking lot at Bike Night, and there's also a live band playing. We also know that we're going to be there with a bunch of racers, so come on out and join the racing crowd next Tuesday at LD's Barbecue. And in 2 weeks' time, we're heading north to Kaukauna, Wisconsin International Raceway is where we're going to find us. We're going to be hanging out at the front gate before I get to call the race with my friend Dean Strom on the ASA Midwest Tour and Midwest Truck Series races on Track TV. Looking forward to seeing you there as well. We'll be at the front gate for that deal. This portion of our show is brought to you by the racers at Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon. Great work that they're doing. They've got a lot of hail damage they're just catching up on. So if you want to get your car, your work truck, your vehicle, your classic car done right, go to Schleifer Auto Body. Look up their great work on Facebook or find them at Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon. Right now we have a gentleman sitting next to me who's been a really busy guy. I saw you Tuesday at the Slinger Nationals. I saw you at other places. You've been a lot of places, Bill Howland. Thanks for coming back on the show and doing what you do, man.
We crossed paths a few times on Tuesday, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And in terms of racing, my goodness, we're pretty spoiled, aren't we?
We really are. I was thinking about that on the trip down today. What we get to see in Wisconsin on a regular basis, a lot of people in a lot of places in this country who are race fans would be envious.
You had a lot of time to choose what you actually are going to show us next. There's a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor, though, isn't there, each and every week when you go racing?
There really is. There's so much going on in a given race night, and while we certainly appreciate our viewers who support this show and support the TV show on Saturday mornings, there's so much action and excitement at the track. If you have the chance to get to your local track, get out there. It's the place to be.
Yeah, we got a crew. We got a big truck. Got a big satellite dish on top of it. We have 19 people now doing these race coverage. Okay, I'm kidding. We have Bill Howland, and Bill Howland is our crew doing these great reports. Didn't mean to scare you there, Bill. You're still a one-man band, and we can't thank you enough for being what you do and how you do it.
You're giving away the secrets, man. You're giving away the secrets.
But realize that as we watch this next installment of In the Groove with Bill Howland, all the work he's done and all the interviews he has during the race night, and we get to see some great feature action exclusively here on the show. It's pretty cool to know where we get to go, and we're going to go there now with Bill Howland in the groove at this week's adventure at a short track here in Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Bill Howland in the groove at Slinger Speedway, home of the 47th annual Slinger Nationals. We've got roughly 36 super late model stars from across the country, ready to get after it for 200 laps on what's billed as the world's fastest quarter-mile oval. $20,000 plus bonus money for the winner. Throw in another factor. It's hot, more than 90 degrees in the afternoon, and it's not going to cool off much by the time they take the green flag. Coming into the night, all eyes are on the 91 of four-time defending Slinger Nationals champ Ty Majeski. Less than a month ago, Majeski set fast time in the ASA Stars National Tour event here, but ran second to 17-year-old Carson Brown in the 81. Brown, the Stars Tour point leader, ready for his first Slinger Nationals.
A lot of guys are going to have nothing to lose, right? And I'm obviously still going to race the way I typically would. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot more locals, a lot more guys here than what I'm used to racing against. So we'll just kind of play it by ear, see what happens here.
Some of the biggest names in super late model racing are here. Bakersfield, California's Derek Thorne owns more than a dozen track and series championships.
I think we got a really solid car. It's just a matter of letting things fall the way they may in the race, making good adjustments at halfway, and hopefully you got a car, capable of being in the top 2 or 3 when the time counts.
Floridian Stephen Nassie's won big super late model events at Nashville, Winchester, Indiana, and most recently, the Snowball Derby in Pensacola.
Obviously for me, the Snowball Derby is probably, the biggest one. And then you have guys that are from around here where this is their Snowball Derby. So it's not easy out there, and things can get a little rough, and everything happens so fast. You just got to be on your toes, and we all want it really bad, so we're just going to figure out who wants it more.
Portage, Michigan's Carson Hocevar in the 77 continues the tradition of NASCAR Cup drivers racing here. Like Hocevar, 15-year-old Tristan McKee's 5 car is prepared by Wisconsin native Richie Waters.
I've always heard about the Slinger Nationals. You know, even when I first got into late models, I had heard about it. Obviously, this is my first time here, or first time in the Nationals. I raced the ASA race here the other day, so it's definitely a fun track. It's challenging. It's going to be a long one tonight.
6-time Slinger Speedway champion Steve Apel lives minutes from the racetrack. He's seeking his first ever Slinger Nationals title.
Being that I'm from Slinger and race here every week definitely helps the crowd be on my side. We were just talking earlier, I mean, after qualifying today, I'll go home, take a shower, sit in the air conditioning for a little bit before the final tonight. So I live 2 miles from the racetrack. I can hear it every time somebody's here, and hopefully we can take one home to the hometown crew.
5 years ago, Wausau, Wisconsin's Luke Fenhouse became the youngest Slinger Nationals winner ever at age 17. He's gunning for a second trophy tonight.
We're all running pretty much wide open from green to checkered, so not a lot of saving, especially this race. It's an 8-tire race, so at lap 100 you change your 4 tires, and then it's really a 100-lap race.
He may be in the twilight of his career, but 4-time Slinger Nationals champ Rich Bickle Jr. believes he can be a factor tonight. The veteran out of Edgerton is ready for the heat and the competition.
I'm not in race shape like I am because I really haven't done it much in the last 5 years, but I still feel pretty good. I think we'll be in pretty good shape, and all we had to do is be there at the end and have something for him.
In qualifying, it's another Wisconsin driver, Clover's Gabe Summers, quickest on the speed chart. The 2-time ASA Midwest Tour champion used to struggle here, but those days are gone.
Got really comfortable here in the last, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 races. We've been running here the whole season now for the weekly shows, so that's helped out a lot. And now we're just building on it, and the car's getting better, and I'm getting better.
Our first race of the night is the last chance qualifier. This will send 4 cars into the main event. 14 drivers looking to race their way into the show. Coming to green, it's Jesse Bernhagen in the 28, and Slinger's Nick Egan in the 13 on the front row leading the way. And this is a strong field. Behind Bernhagen, 6-time Slinger champ Steve Apel, Jordan DeVoy in the 38, Big Ben's Ryan Farrell in the 80, and Billy Braun in the 17, your top 5. Right now, Bernhagen, Apel, DeVoy, and Farrell are in the show. Braun, a Slinger regular, on the outside looking in. And look at this. They're not just riding out there. DeVoy making his way past Steve Apel. Ryan Farrell right behind in the 80 car. Coming to the checkers, it's Jesse Bernhagen with the win. Ahead of DeVoy, Farrell, and Apel all in the show. With the win, Bernhagen takes the Chris McEntee Memorial Trophy.
I'm glad the trophy's still around. I remember watching a few years ago, and I think Williams Walich won it, and it just the winner of that race is a good car. We got 35 cars here, 17th place in time. You know, it's still a good car.
Pro late models are part of the program tonight. They'll go for 40 laps, with former Slinger Speedway champion John Reynolds Jr. in the X car taking the lead at the drop of the green flag. Driver X facing a challenge from Oak Creek's Ryan Guteneck, and Guteneck will take over the top spot in the 01. Behind the leaders, that is 83-year-old Jerry Eckhart in the 61 car racing with Tom Barron's 99. Up front, new leader. Zach Prunty's taken over the top spot, with Zach Riddle, Evan Hassler, and Guteneck now your top 4. Riddle in the 14 closing on Prunty, and contact. Zach Prunty goes around and the caution flies. Riddle taps the roof, taking responsibility for the spin. That gives Prunty his spot back. We restart with Zach Prunty and young gun Evan Hassler in the 38 on the front row. And it doesn't look like that spin hurt the 39 car. Zach Prunty will hold off Hassler to take the checkers in our pro late model feature.
I knew Hassler's good. That's Alex's old super late, actually. So I was a little nervous, but I think with Travis not spraying the outside, the bottom was preferred, especially with the heat today with this tire. So I wasn't too worried about it, but I knew I had to give it my all.
With temperatures in the 80s, it's still hot. as John DeAngelis Jr. in the 7 and Derek Kraus in the 9 car lead this 26-car field to green on the first of 200 laps. Kraus out of Stratford, Wisconsin, leading 2-time national short track champion Austin Nason in the 14. Third on back, it's DeAngelis, the Hubertus driver, 4-time nationals champ Ty Majeski, and 2021 winner Luke Fenhaus in the 4. And trouble in turn 3. Ryan Farrell, Dennis Prunty, and Derek Thorne involved. Caution is out. Derek Kraus, a regular on the Stars National Tour this season, continues to lead Nason in second. Back in the pack, Casey Johnson in the Black 5 car racing with Tristan McKee ahead of Stephen Nasse, and trouble on the front stretch. Johnny DeAngelis and Penn Sauter involved. Sauter out of the race, the frustration boiling over on a hot night. Derek Kraus continues to set the pace, and caution again. The 77 of Carson Hocevar looks to be done for the night. Back to green flag racing, with Luke Fenhaus and Ty Majeski now racing for the lead. These two have battled here before. The 4 and 91, no strangers to each other. Coming to the halfway break, it's Ty Majeski, the defending 4-time Slinger Nationals champ, first to the flag. Drivers will tell you this race is decided in the second 100 laps. Right now, Ty Majeski is showing the form that has put him in victory lane here 4 times. Majeski leading Fenhaus in second and Gabe Summers in the 3rd spot. The leaders are coming up on slower traffic, but this is only helping Majeski extend his lead over Summers, now in second, and Luke Fenhaus back to 3rd. And caution, Carson Brown, Derek Thorne, and Fenhaus all mixed up in this one. Now that big lead is gone, and Majeski isn't pulling away from Summers in second and Brown now in 3rd. Gabe Summers making his move on Ty Majeski to take the lead. Keep an eye on Carson Brown, the 17-year-old right there in the fight. Contact between the 15 and 91. Ty Majeski sliding into the infield. Caution again. And Ty Majeski's night will go from bad to worse. He's caught up in a mess on the backstretch. Former track champion Alex Prunty's 11 car involved. And so is the 89 of Brad J.J. Miller. He won this race 2 years ago. Back to green with 3 to go, but not for long. Carson Brown and Andrew Morrissey, the front row cars, both torn up. Caution again. Carson Brown is 3 laps away from wheeling that battered race car to a Slinger Nationals win. On the high side, Casey Johnson makes his move. And the 4-time ASA Midwest Tour champ and 4-time Tundra Series title holder, who has chased this race for years, won't be denied tonight. Casey Johnson takes the 47th annual Slinger Nationals.
It means everything to me. It was like, I'm not going to lie, it was a flood of emotion to me when I crossed that line. Like I said, I've finished second in this race with a car that I thought should have won this race. And I mean, that's a dagger in your back, you know. Able to win one, it's just, it's so special to me. And like I said, I'm not doing this for that much longer, you know. Who knows how much longer, but I didn't want to quit without having this one under my hat.
You chase a win like this for more than a decade, and one can certainly understand Casey Johnson's emotion. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who makes our program possible, including our sponsor, Johnson & Sons Paving. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Nice job, Bill.
Thank you, Jim.
That was
I
a lot of work.
appreciate that.
Yeah, great coverage of the race, too. I forgot about a few of those moments. I was on the flow racing coverage, and Carson Hocevar joined us in the second half of the race, so kind of working him in and that kind of thing. It's kind of neat to see your perspective on how things shook out. And Johnson was there. I mean, he was third, and then when Carson Brown took the inside on that restart, I think Casey had something that left because Carson ran so hard to stay with and ahead of Andrew Morrissey.
I think when Carson Brown took the inside, which he had to do, and that opened things up for Casey on the high side, it was 5-car, and there was no chasing down that car or chasing down that driver. Casey obviously wanted that so badly.
Yeah, and the fans, I mean, they were going crazy. It was really cool to see that. Everybody was excited for Casey.
That was neat to see. You're right, and that was as genuine as it gets.
After the race, I was in tech area. Casey actually signed his first ever crock from a kid. He signed a phone case cover. He was signing anything. He didn't care. And I'm glad to see his 3 daughters and his wife are there to be part of it, too.
That's a nice side of it. Absolutely.
Big time. Bill, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. We'll have a report at least. I don't know if you're going to make time to join us with your motorcycle. You have a bike, right? Coming to bike night next week?
I may be taking 4 wheels to get there, but we'll figure something out.
Thanks to Don's Auto Truck Center. Bill has 4 wheels to drive to these cool places, the racetrack and/or show. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Next week on the show, again, we're live at LD's Barbecue and the corner of I-43 and the exit for East Troy, Highway 38. It's really easy to get to. Come on down and join us. The address is on our website. LD's Barbecue is where we're hanging out next week. We do want to thank our guests from this week's program. I want to give a big hand, everybody, for Preston Rue for joining us. Lindsay, Colton, and Mike Hairwald. Rusty Dax, salute. Thanks, guys, for making the time. I want to thank Steve Anderson and Bill Holland for being part of our show as well. We have a lot of fun doing our program. This Saturday's TV show, again, reminder, it's after the NASCAR O'Reilly Series race on CW18 around 6 p.m. or so. And then we're back here next Tuesday on, if you're watching us, make sure you tell us where you're watching us from. And next Tuesday, we'll join you at LD's Barbecue in East Troy with 2 road shows to follow. So check out our website, racingroundupshow.com. Great show. Couldn't do without our staff. Thanks, guys, for being part of it. Thanks, gals, for being part of it. And thank you for watching our show. As I like to say, set your DVR, support your local racing, and have at it, racers. We'll see you next week.
Wisconsin racing fans, we hope you enjoyed our show. Watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show this Saturday morning at 11:30 on CW18 Milwaukee and live online at CW18Milwaukee.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Plan now to join the racing crowd next Tuesday and win prizes. Visit RacingRoundUpShow.com for our latest show schedule and to watch our shows on demand. Like the Racing Roundup Show on Facebook. Follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of the entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetrack, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.